As a kid growing up, now I look back and I realize I was really an idiot. I didn't understand meditation at all. I thought it wasn't important, and recently I discovered how great it can be. I watch a lot of Tony Robbins stuff, and he does this morning routine that takes 10 minutes. And I said, what am I doing? Let me try it out for myself. Let me see how it goes. Tony Robbins is this guy who has a phenomenal amount of energy, and he's on stage sometimes for like 12 hours at a time, and he's jumping around. They say on average, I think he jumps on stage like 1,000 times, which is more than like a basketball game. Like how often basketball players jump. I'm not saying he's a basketball player or anything like that, but he's 50 something, and whatever he's doing for his age is phenomenal. So I want to talk a bit about, I used it, why I think it's great, why I think you should try it out. So what he does, I'll talk about it briefly. He starts off with like a breathing exercise where he has his palms facing up. It's kind of like a shoulder press. He pushes up with his palms up, breathes in, and then on his way down, he exhales. Kind of makes like a fist. So you're doing palms, fist, breathe in, breathe out on the way down. So he does that 3 sets of 30 basically. So he's doing 30 of these, taking a break, puts his palms facing upwards on his knees, takes a break, and restarts another 30 times, takes a break. When he's taking a break, he's basically with his eyes closed, breathing in, still breathing out. And at the end of that, he goes into this thing where he puts his palms up, eyes closed, and he picks 3 things he's grateful for, and he just thinks about how grateful they are and how happy he is that he has those things in his life. So I think what he does, and what I decided to do as well, is he tries to pick 2 big things, like 2 huge things. Like obviously you may be grateful for your health or your family or things like that, but he also makes sure that one of them is small. So it's something that, today I'm grateful that I met this person, and maybe you'll never see them again, but the small things matter, and if you appreciate the small things, you'll just be a better person. So that's what he does. He does that for maybe about 3 minutes. I personally don't care that much about the time. I want to make sure that I'm engaged the whole time. So if 2 minutes in, I can't focus, I'm not going to waste time there, I'm going to move on. Sometimes I'll go 5 minutes. Your eyes are closed. You don't have necessarily a timer in front of you, so just do what feels right. So the whole time, don't forget, he's breathing in and out. So then he moves on to this thing where he pictures a beam of light coming from his head down into the rest of his body, and this beam of light is energizing him and healing him. So that's what he imagines, and this is supposed to kind of get you going, give you that energy, make you feel fresh when you come out of it. Once again, that's about 3 minutes. He then ends with kind of visualizing his goals being achieved. So imagine you're trained to be a fighter. You imagine winning the belt and what that will bring you, and how happy that'll make you, and how that'll affect your family, how the money you make now you can provide for them and send your kids through college. Like, he really thinks deep about them. And what I didn't understand, and what I really only fully understand because of a book I read on Nikola Tesla, which I actually only know about because of Elon Musk. He said he read, I think it was his autobiography, or it's this short thing, maybe 90 pages on Nikola Tesla. What I learned about Nikola Tesla is he used to be able to think about how to create a specific machine that he never created before. So he'd be like, I want this machine to do that. He could think about it in his head. He wouldn't necessarily need to start putting things together. He would think about it and be like, okay, the screw's gonna go here. No, that's not gonna work. We're gonna have to put it here. And he would do that all in his head. And I'm like, how the hell can you design an engine in your head? Like, how does that even work? And the only way to do it is to do it every day. So what I noticed is on day 1, I was thinking about, my goals and how they looked, and, okay, maybe I want a house and I want to be able to fit this many cars in my garage. And that's not specifically what I was thinking about, but just giving you an obvious example. Now, day 2, you're thinking, okay, I know what my garage looks like. You know, where's the door to go into the house? So, oh, the door's gonna be there. And, you know, once I walk in through that door, what does it look like? And who's in that house? And what do I want my wife to be? What do I want to look like when I look in the mirror? Like, where is the mirror gonna be in my house? Like, you know, if a house is such a big, important thing for you, you'll think about that. For me personally, I think more about, you know, the things like how fulfilled I'll feel. So, oh, if I can create this business, or if I can get to this level of connection with important people. So I work for very successful people, and imagine if I can get to their point where I have my own set of connections like them, and like what that'll bring, right? Like if you have, like, I don't know if you guys watch Joe Rogan, this guy's constantly bringing on his friends, and all his friends are super knowledgeable. And so just imagine what that would bring to your life. And it's just crazy. And I grew up around a lot of people who don't necessarily excel in life. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. Like, that's not their goal. Their goal is not to be as productive as possible or to be the best at what they do. They want to have a very balanced life, and I commend them for that, but that's not what I'm going for, right? So imagine if I can find like somebody who's super passionate about exercise, and I can just ask them stuff about exercise. Then, you know, a doctor who's an expert in his field, then you have any questions, you ask the doctor, right? So that's kind of like what Joe Rogan does. He's built like this great team of people around him. Although they're not working together, he can pick their brain, and he can send them a text when he's not sure about something. And so maybe it went a little bit off topic, but I want you guys to realize the importance of just like thinking and being able to focus on one thing, because we're getting distracted all the time. So you have your one thing, you think about it, and you realize, for me anyways, I want this group of people around me. So now I know that I gotta start building it. If I never thought about that, how would I build it? It would have to happen on its own, and I'd just be leaving it up to chance. So I hope you guys understand a little bit about this video, what the purpose of it was. I will be answering all of your comments. So if there's ways that maybe you're not sure how to adapt this to what you want to do, I'd be more than happy to help you out. I can also link the Nikola Tesla book below if you guys want to read it, but I don't personally recommend it. It wasn't like the best read I ever had. I just took that one important thing out of it. So I don't think you guys necessarily need it, but I'll put it there in case. And if you guys really like this video, please subscribe. It really helps me out. And I'm really working hard on constantly having good content for you guys, but also the reason the content hopefully is good is because I'm using it in my everyday life for myself. So I'm testing it out, and I'm giving you honest opinions on things. So once again, you like the channel, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.